Do 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 do. So we are getting a brand new Star Wars directed by J.J. Abrams. It's going to be Star Wars 7: The Force Awakens. This is going to be a continuation of the saga created by George Lucas. It is set 30 years after Return of the Jedi, and I am absolutely stoked. So of course, with the movie coming up, we just have to celebrate with some awesome Funko Pops. So of course, we got this Funko hype going on, and I was only able to grab 3 of these bad boys because these guys were selling like hotcakes. So let's go ahead and unbox these 3 and stay tuned afterwards so you can find out where you can get the entire collection. The first Funko that I was able to grab at Target is the First Order Stormtrooper. I love me some Trooper action. He is one of my favorite from this Funko line. The previous line, of course, has to go to Chewie. He is my #1 main squeeze. He was the only Trooper that was available at my Target, so luckily I was able to go ahead and snag him, and thank goodness because he is pretty awesome. So here we have him out of the box. Isn't he so friggin' awesome? Obviously, he is a bobblehead. Majority of the Star Wars figures from this line are all bobbleheads. The ones from the previous one, just like these right here, are also bobbleheads as well, so I really appreciate the fact that they continued that. I think the bubbles are kind of cute. If you have him on the dashboard of your car, he kind of jigs along to the music. So as you can tell here, he is holding the white gun, and I think overall he looks really badass. They did a really good job on the details. The color is fantastic. Everything looks like it is colored perfectly. I don't see any flaws going on with him, and his head is pretty much really intact in there. So I'm really glad that he was available. I'm glad that somebody left him there for me. He is one of my favorites. I always wanted a Stormtrooper, so I'm really glad that I went ahead and got him. Next up is C-3PO. He was also available at my Target store. There were only 2 of him left. Thank goodness I was able to get one because I had already purchased an R2-D2 from the last series, and you can't have an R2-D2 without C-3PO. You just can't have one without the other. So there we have him out of the box. Doesn't he look really fantastic? I am really loving the details that they did for him. If you take a hard look around his belly line, if you take a look at all of that in there, that's not just painted on. They carved around the inside of around his belly there, so you can see the awesome little details that goes on in there. That's not just painted on, that's really crafted in there. That just makes him look even more amazing. You can tell like all the little details around like his legs and everything like that. Isn't that really fantastic looking? I love the red arm feature that's going on there. If you have purchased or have seen some of the other C-3POs, this red arm is the only one available on him. The other C-3POs are all gold finishes, so he doesn't have that red arm feature. So if you're looking for him and do love the fact that one of his arms is red, so then maybe this one's going to be the one for you. The paint finish on this guy is flat, of course. It's the normal Funko color style that they use on all of their pops. The other exclusive versions of him are made out of a metallic color, so he looks like he is made out of like real metal. But I am really satisfied with this one. He was only $9, so I am really happy that I just stuck around and got this one instead. Last we have Kylo Ren, and shockingly, there was quite a lot of him left at my Target store. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm just guessing that other people wanted all the other pops first instead of him, and since this one is an exclusive version at Target, I'm thinking most other people wanted the normal version of him, or perhaps maybe my Target store just had way too many of him in stock, so that's why they had a lot of him left over. So this one is a Target exclusive. He has the Target sticker right there, meaning you can only purchase this guy at a Target store, and once I take him out of the box, you're going to see exactly why he's going to be an exclusive. Bam! There you have him out of the box. He is so awesome. I absolutely love him. The more you look at him, the more you are going to really appreciate him. The details on him are just astounding. I know that you guys can't actually feel, but if you could, the material is so amazing. There is so much details going on in his armor and in his suit. You can feel every little bump and markings that they put into him and into his armor. It is just incredible what they have done with them. All of this is details. It's not solid painted on. It's really like little chips and details in there, and you actually get the feeling that it's like actually clothing going on there. He's also covered in many different layers, which is just as equally awesome. I don't know if you have seen other Funko Pops, but they tend to just make one solid body and then just paint like looking details that looks on him pretty much. This one, he has like different layers all over him with the little detail feelings to him. I think it's fantastic and makes him that much more special because you are paying $9 for this guy, and it looks like he is pretty much a $20 custom Funko Pop. If you have purchased any of the other Funko Pops, they look like $9 Pops. This guy looks like he was a custom made product. So compared to the other Pops, I really appreciate the fact that they took extra time in carving out little details on him, and he is definitely better and cheaper. That is my opinion for it. So one interesting thing about him, and a lot of fans have pointed it out, and there is a lot of speculation going on about it, but if you take a deeper look at his helmet, what do you see? Does it look familiar to you? Does it maybe look like Vader's helmet, maybe? I don't know. If you have seen or purchased the other normal Kylo Ren, he is wearing a cloak hoodie. He's wearing the normal cloak as compared to this one where it looks like he is wearing Vader's helmet. It really does look like it. It even just has little dents. You see the little dents on his helmet? It really does look like it's part of Vader. And if it is that, then that would make him even that much more awesome. And I'm really glad that I got this version of him instead of just the normal one. One thing, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed about the bobbleheads, but if you don't like this little thing at the bottom, it comes apart if you don't like the stand. So you can just have them normal, but I highly suggest you keeping them on the stand because a lot of the bobbleheads just seem to, like, after a while they start to fall forward. I think my Howard the Duck is just laying on the floor because he just can't seem to stand up. So here we have all three that I was able to get my paws on. I wish I was able to get a hold of some of the other ones, but unfortunately where I live, it's just not an option. We just don't have that many people around me in order to get all of them in. But I'm really not upset about it because I absolutely love these three guys. I always wanted a Stormtrooper and I needed a C-3PO for my R2-D2. And Kylo Ren, just seeing him with this helmet and seeing how much it really reminds me of Vader, I'm just really happy that I was able to just get these guys. So as far as getting your mitts on all of the normal Pops, we have all of these that are pretty much available, and yes, there are so many to collect. We do have a few of the exclusives. Obviously, I got this Kylo Ren from Target because he was the exclusive version. So yes, we are going to get a ton of other stores with many different exclusive versions. So to find some of these Pops, they are scattered everywhere. You are going to have to go to many different stores in order to get them all. First store is Hot Topic, of course. They are going to be your main store that's going to have majority of these normal Funko Pops. They unfortunately don't have the normal Rey. I'm not exactly sure why, but they just don't. However, they do have a Rey with goggles. It looks like this Rey that is on the Funko Pop box here. That is an exclusive version to Hot Topic. She is a little bit more priced because it's an exclusive version. So if that is something that you are more interested in, depending on where you at, depending on your Hot Topic store, I would call them ahead of time just to see how many they have or if they have it available. If you have a really nice Hot Topic store, they may put it aside for you that day. But if you are just interested in the normal Funko Pops, majority of them, the last time I checked, were all available in the Hot Topic store. and they were all pretty much still in stock. Now for the next store, that's going to be Walgreens, and we have 5 different types of exclusive versions that are only exclusive to Walgreens. I went to 2 of them in my area, and they had absolutely nothing. They had never heard of Star Wars. They had never even heard of Funko Pops. For what I have heard and from what I have read, depending on where you live, it's only in certain Walgreens that they are available in. If you are living in the West Coast area, you are going to be able to find them a lot more. I am in the Mid Coast and we just don't have any. So for the exclusive versions that are being sold at Walgreens, there is a glow-in-the-dark Yoda. That is the one that I have been searching for the most, and that is the one that has been the most difficult to find. Then we have a Boba Fett prototype, which actually looks pretty awesome. I'm gonna skip out on this guy because I prefer my Boba Fett with all of his colors, so I prefer getting that one instead of this one. And I have also heard that he is also really difficult to find as well. They also have an awesome looking Imperial guard and a Stormtrooper. Then of course, Walgreens being Walgreens, they're gonna have like an exclusive version. And that of course is going to be a first order Stormtrooper with a Riot shield. Now I have also heard that this one is very difficult to find. I'm pretty sure he's going to be all available in the very populated Walgreens, depending on the flippers, of course. Third store that you're going to have to travel to is Walmart, and they have 2 very special exclusives. I only saw 1 out of the 2 of them, and there were 3 available left. Unfortunately, they're $20, and I had already placed down my money for these 3 guys, so I didn't get it. But it was also not the one that I wanted out of the both of them. The first one, which is the one that I am looking for, is going to be Jabba the Hutt with Slave Leia and Salacious. This pack is really freaking cool. Yes, it's $20, but you're getting 3 pops for the price of $20, and the 3 of them together look really awesome. It's quite an investment for pops. Once again, the 3 of them together, and it's going to look so amazing on the shelf. The second one is a SnowTrooper with a dewback, and it's a 2-pack, so it's still $20, but there's 2 of them. The dewback, of course, is huge, but it's still $20. Then we have your Amazon online exclusive, and this one's super easy for everyone because it comes to you. You don't have to go to it. This exclusive is going to be your first order Stormtrooper. Last time I checked, they had complete stock of him, but once again, it is first come, first serve, so you never know when they are going to run out. Next store is, of course, Barnes & Noble. You can't have Barnes & Noble without an exclusive Funko Pop, and this one is going to be the exclusive version of C-3PO. Theirs is completely metallic. He has that metallic paint job going on, so it looks like he's actually crafted out of metal. Last but not least, we have GameStop, who will have a Finn in a Stormtrooper armor. I'm not really sure if you can purchase him from their website, but I know if you go into the GameStops, you should have him. I would call ahead of time because GameStop obviously knows what Star Wars is. They know what Funko Pops is. I sure hope they do. So those are pretty much all the Funko Pops from this Star Wars line. Obviously, we have a ton of Star Wars from a previous Funko line, so if you're looking for those are still out there. And if you're trying to look for any of the ones from this one, good luck. Let me know if any of you guys grabbed any of these awesome Funko Pops. Were you awake for the midnight launch? I saw that there were quite a few celebrities joining in on this awesome launch. Seth Green stayed up with all the Midnighters and went to his store. I think they sold out before he got his. But nonetheless, he went and, you know, he enjoyed his time spent. And then Kevin Smith woke up really early and tried to find all the Funko Pops early in the morning when they opened. I, of course, slept. I am like an old lady, so I cannot do the midnight things anymore. My body is just like instantly bedtime. So I was like everybody else who woke up really early and try to like scavenge and find whatever we could. Let me know which one out of these were your favorite. Did you pick up any? Which one did you pick up, or which ones are you going to pick up? And thanks for watching, guys. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Panda. You should subscribe down below because I do post videos about random babblings and tons of reviews, and I will see you guys later. Bye!